The Mongols held a centralized bureaucracy empire. Mongol generals held the highest political position, and under them was the political leaders of the conquered areas. The Mongols were able to obtain so much control because of their strong military force. In China, the Mongols had been granted the Mandate of Heaven and held a Chinese dynastic title of the Yuan. The Mongols had seen China as a useful country to withdraw wealth from, so they kept the same government system. But the Mongols were able to strengthen the political system and unify China. In Persia, the Mongols did not change the political system either, but they kept a watchful eye on Persia and held the highest positions. The Mongols had tried to repair Persia's broken infrastructure during their stay. Throughout the years, the Mongols assimilated into Persian society. Russia was another story. The Mongols had not been as involved with the political system. They left taxation collection to the Persian princes, who took advantage and kept the money for themselves. Mongols had not been influenced by Russian society and never assimilated.
The Mongols consistently promoted international commerce, largely so that they could tax it and thus extract wealth from more developed civilizations. They provided financial backing for caravans, introduced standardized weights and measures, and gave tax breaks to merchants. The Mongol Empire brought the two ends of the Eurasian world into closer contact than ever before, and launched a new phase in the history of the Silk Roads. This trading circuit was a central element in an even larger commercial network that linked much of the Afro-Eurasian world in the 13th century. Mongol-ruled China was the fulcrum of this vast system, connecting the overland route through the Mongol Empire with the oceanic routes through the South China Sea and Indian Ocean.
The most well-known dissemination of disease was associated with the Mongol Empire, which briefly unified much of the Eurasian landmass during the 13th and 14th centuries. That era of intensified interaction facilitated the spread of the death, identified variously with the bubonic plague, Black Death, or a package of epidemic diseases from China to Europe. Its consequences were enormous. Between 1346 and 1350, one-third of the population of Europe perished from the plague. The plague quickened the decline of feudal society because many weren't able to function. The Black Plague was carried by merchants along the trade routes all the way to Europe, where communities were destroyed. Despite the terrible human toll, some among the living benefited. Tenant farmers and urban workers, now in short supply, could demand higher wages or better terms. Some land-owning nobles, on the other hand, were badly hurt as the price of their grains dropped and the demands of their dependents grew.